welcome. And this is the inaugural show. I've returned back to, it used to be the Soul Medicine Psychic Show, and now it's just Psychic Tuesday with Sweet Bee. And I'm here to do readings for the next 30 minutes. But before we begin, I'm going to start with who the heck is this lady? So I've been reading for 35 years. I read for people all over the world. All of my readings have been recorded, and I insist people record their readings when they're with me. I read palms and cards and tea leaves. I read crystal grids. I work in all kinds of ways. I do psychic and medium work together. And I would say my gift is clairvoyance and remote viewing a little bit. And I do a lot of messaging and paranormal work. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely follow me. I'm at Bernice Bisson Psychic. I have no social media except for Facebook page. That's it. And I have a podcast, and in the podcast, and it's called the Soul Medicine Psychic with Bernice Bisson. You can find it at all the iHeart and places you get podcasts. And it's people who come back with their recordings and they share. They'll share with you what happened. You get to hear the original, my crazy prediction, and then they'll tell you exactly what happened. And so it's good. And I've done about 35 episodes out. So there's some crazy, great stories if you like that kind of stuff. And that's great. And so I'm also an astrologer, and I've done psychic radio for a number of years, and I work a lot with people's birthdays or a specific question. We can just roll the dice and say, just be you. I just want to know what's going on with me. And we can do that too. I was on A1R radio for a few years back, and I loved it. And I still have many clients that I've worked with and I've met in Florida and California. And I still see a number of the people that I met through that radio show. And so you can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. You can book my appointment through there. I read online through video, and I read in person. And all my information's there. And so I really enjoy. I'm in Winnipeg, Canada. I live in the middle of Canada, the heartland of Canada, and it doesn't really matter. I've traveled all over the world, and I've read people. I'm going to the Yukon. I've been to India. I've been all through the U.S. and I never really have to even meet you as my client. I just cold read people often. And okay, well. Now, I'm going to start. Normally, I start with 10 minutes of astrology, and I usually talk about what's coming up for everybody and the planets and all that stuff. I have 30 minutes, so I'm actually going to jump into a reading. And I've got Kim in New Jersey. And so, Kim, what can we talk about?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm super duper. And have I ever read you before?
I think it was. I think I'm not sure. I think maybe one time. I don't know if that was like 2 months ago or so, 2 or 3 months ago.
Where would that have been on this? In person?
Yeah, it was on this radio show.
Oh no, that wouldn't have been me. So I'm new for you, and that's exciting. And so.
Oh, awesome.
No,
I'm not sure how many people read here. So.
I was on A1R about at least 5 years ago. And I read for a long time, and I really loved it. And I'm back because I love it so much. I love everybody I've met. So let's get into it, Kim. Now, do you want me to focus somewhere, or you want me just to roll the dice and be me?
Well, if you could, I'm at kind of I really need guidance on the next steps on maybe possibly where to go, what to do, and any guidance on the relationship that I have.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna get into it. What's the day? Just the day and month of your birthday?
It's May 20th.
May 20. Let's work with your birthday, May 20. You're at the cusp of Taurus, and okay. I want to start with. let's start with your money, because I got to start there. I got to start where you are financially, uh,
Sure.
securing your money. And I actually think that you'll be off work. Um, and for a period of time, and there'll be a return to income or work. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
You've got a bit of conflict that might show up with family around the health care of someone, and you'll have to stand your ground. You'll have to stand your ground. Maybe not let them just kind of come in and push around. Seems to
Okay.
come up. Okay. There's something important about now. You're going to head south. You're in New Jersey. There's some travel south coming to you pretty soon. You'll know within 3 or 4 months to a southern state. I feel like below you, below you. That's going to be
Oh
showing up for you
wow.
pretty
Okay.
soon. Okay, it feels good, and that could come through people you know, place like I think it'd be almost familiar travel. That's going to show up pretty soon. You've got some difficult conversations with family or people right around you, and I just
Yeah.
feel like you'll have to, yeah, right. And that's um, sometimes truth is really hard for people, and your only
Right.
role, my lovely Kim, is just to be truth. Just because once we rip the band-aid off, then things can start to heal. But I feel like there's a real issue um, around some truth, and that you're going to have some tough conversations, and that there was even I know there's lots of people who've passed, but there's this man who passed and he keeps showing up. And I feel like if you think of the word truth and it's like you're supposed to tell it, and that there's a woman in her healthcare that keeps showing up around you and the decisions and the care of her, that I feel like you might have to stand up to a few people. Um, the just going to go back to your birthday. The other thing, because we're going to is around, I talked about money, security, your work. Um, there's two sources of income for you. So I'm a bit confused. Like there's something that's going to come in when, people earn money, but there's something that might come in as an insurance payout or a financial payout for you that, it's not millions, so don't get too excited, but it's going to come in the form of legal documents, and I feel like I don't think it's just a tax return. And I feel like you're going to even know about this within 10 months, something getting resolved. But there's some sort of financial closure or money that's coming in for you that feels like it comes through these documents. Um,
Okay.
now, now, can I go back to the difficult conversations again? Do you mind?
Oh
Kim?
yes, because I
Yeah.
really don't want to have these difficult conversations, but I'm going to have to. I already know it.
Yeah, and relationships, because you talked a bit about relationships, and I don't know, maybe people don't listen. Maybe they're not listening, and that you're finding yourself on repeat or having the same conversation over and over again. To be honest with you, I don't know that this will be new conversations, and
Oh
that
yeah.
um, and that there's when you talked about like your love life, I think that's what you had mentioned. I kind of caught a little bit of or relationships, you said, but there's two men. Um, I feel like there's one right in front of you, and then there's a man from the past who's really challenging for you. Um, um, there's like the law. May I ask you a question? Do you mind if I ask you something, Kim?
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. There's a man who died very suddenly with his health, like a heart attack. He died very suddenly, and he keeps showing up with you.
My dad.
From he's, are you making care decisions for someone right now, or I mean that's kind of a broad question. I'm sorry. He's concerned about the care of. a lady. And
Um,
that,
I'm I'm not making decisions for anybody else, but he probably might be concerned about like me.
mm, have you had a recent health issue?
Mm, I don't.
No,
No, I
no,
don't.
it's
No, my depression is really bad though,
your depression.
and that's not
I
good.
was
But that's
post COVID, we're feeling that heavy weightiness for sure. He's concerned about the health of the woman, but the care of, and I'm gonna say that um if have you been off work with that?
well, not. I've been off work recently, but it's not due for me for
Oh,
my health reasons,
oh,
except for
interesting.
maybe my depression and anxiety is stopping me.
Oh. Um, there's even though you're off work recently, there's something about returning to work. And in terms of your health, your mental wellness, I feel like some of it's going to come from having these conversations. Um, being really honest about how you feel about things, because I feel like some of it's coming from some frustration that
Oh yeah.
is left unresolved for sure. Um, and I'm going to go back to the money piece because I'm going to run out of time, but I'm just going to go back to the money piece for a minute. Um, I
Okay.
almost feel like this is June seems really important actually around the money coming in. Okay. That month
Okay.
coming. Okay. And in terms of, I actually feel like there's someone a male that's going to exit your life, and you might make that choice to cut them out.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
And
gonna
I feel
have
like
to do it.
I know it's hard, right? And nobody wants, and it's never hard to cut out people we hate. It's usually people that we really care about that are just behaving badly. And I feel like this shows up as a bit of an issue. And I feel like just be direct, be true to your heart, Kim. Just be true to your heart. Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, because I'm very direct, but the other person's my ex's ex, whatever he is, very passive aggressive, and he won't have conversations. And it's like we have to have this conversation.
Yes. And even if it means things don't work, but I need you to be truthful and honest with yourself because I don't want you giving up anything in the process
Yeah.
because yeah. Um, well, with love, my friend, and thank you for being my first reading of my first show back. Kim, hopefully you call in again and we can have more time together.
Awesome. Yeah, I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely call
Take
in
care.
again.
Take care.
Take
All right.
care. Have
Bye
a
bye.
great day. Bye.
Yeah, you too. What a lovely lady, and I really appreciate. So I'll never reach out to you on social media. I'll never go, hey, do you want a reading? Never. And so you always have to pick me. So Jennifer from Chatham, Ontario picked me. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, are you
Hi.
out there? Hey, a fellow
Hello.
Canadian, a sister Canadian. Hey,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, nice.
let's So where do you want to begin? Do you want me just to be me and we can just start reading? Is there somewhere you'd like me to focus?
No, I just want to see what you get. See
Oh,
what kind of
okay.
comes up for you. Give me some guidance,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, no worries. Let's work with your name. So Jennifer, Jennifer, Jennifer. All right, let's just work with your name and see. All right. All right. So I feel like the last, even since 2021, so I'm going to backtrack and then I'm going to go forward. I feel like 2021 feels like a bit of a discombobulation for you, like things and surprising disruption. Well, okay, not COVID, yes, everybody, but surprising disruptions, and you might have. So I'm going to say a few things. I feel like you're going to compete for a few things, Jennifer. You're going to compete for the attention. Um, of people that means things to you. I feel like people are just telling you to kind of just deal with it. And I don't know that you're getting a voice in it. And so it feels kind of you're limited there. You might be even entertaining, like being very, like almost like blowing things and going, I want to move. I want to change. Like I need change. And you're not stuck. You're just being held still. There is a young guy who passed, really young guy, shows up. October's important. I feel like an important anniversary date. There's something important about October coming up. Around the 14th, maybe, or October 14th, around something important about that. So, I will say that if I bring you back to now last spring, April, May, and the disruption and endings around there, time off work, renewal, healing, regrouping, redeciding where you're going. So I think a lot of things would have blown up in that moment for you to redirect you. So you're at the tail end of it. This next, like, I'm going to actually go May of 24 to May of 25 is a period of time for you that it's all new beginnings. Like, I know you're like, May, I'm sorry. Sorry, I know we want them now, but I don't think so. I feel like you're going to be held still for a little bit. And that there's a strong D name that
Did you
shows
say
up.
a B name?
A D,
A strong
sorry.
B? Okay.
D is as in like Dawn, D.
D. Okay.
No, ABCD.
Oh, D. Okay.
Like Dylan, David, D, like D. And that,
Yep.
okay. I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, it's cutting out a little bit, but yeah, no. Okay. So I got that now.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. And so the time off and then the regrouping. So I feel like you might still be anticipating a few shoes to fall into place, like a few little things that need to fall into place. I actually think you're going to entertain a move. Did you just move?
About a year ago.
Okay. I don't know that you're settled yet. Sorry, kid. Sorry, kid. I don't know that you're
No.
settled yet. And I just feel
No,
like that's
we're not.
okay. You're just being held still until things come into play. And you might be in it, and I think it's going to be until about May. And then come May, you can make more firmer decisions. You can make better decisions. There's hospitals keep showing up around you. Dealing with, and not you, you're not sick, not like that, but around you. Beside this man's bed, this young man's bed, hospital. Can I ask you a question? Do you mind if I ask you something?
Sure.
About are you away from your family, living in a different place?
No.
Okay. There's a brother figure, brother-in-law that keeps showing up I'm supposed to talk about, and that in your family, there's a baby boy that's going to be showing up if he wasn't just recent. Not you, you're not, I don't think to you, but right around. And that there's going to be a baby boy showing up right away within a year. And I know this man that died.
Showing up within a year?
Within a year, and there's a man that died that keeps bringing this up, so connected to you, family. Can I ask you a question? Oh, sorry,
Yep,
say
go
that
ahead.
again. Oh,
I just wondered, you said a man. I just wondered if it was maybe my dad.
that would make sense. And there's a baby boy coming. I'm going to leave it, but I feel like it's a gift. It's a gift. And I don't think you're delivering it. Out of it, I feel like it's right. And it could be like, oh, my nephew's having a kid. I guess like right in the family that, I even feel like there's a wedding that's going to be talked about and that people might consider going, like coming together. And I feel like you're going to hear about the news in 2024 early about some of the stuff. But I feel like this man shows up, just he's like a solid hand on your shoulder. I'm really not feeling hard worker. That you, and if I may just go back to a situation, there's a big, can I ask, was there a recent blowout in family? Big,
A recent
anyway, there's
blowout.
blowout because there's something about a blowout or people not talking to each other, and you'll be in the middle of it. And
Well, it could be kind of like it seemed like a family, but like my actually a best friend of mine and I had a kind of a falling out. We were like family, and we just just over a week ago, I kind of just said, you know what, I need some space, I need some time, and I need to get my head in order. So I haven't talked to her in like it's over a week now. So.
and that's okay. And again, you're just being held still now. I feel like your big focus is going to be on where you're going to live, the money, the house, the place. And I feel like there's, it's funny because there's 4 of you I should talk about. I don't know, you plus 3 others. But there's a new revenue source, a new run of revenue for you. So a new job, and it could come with a relocation or you'll be in a different neighborhood, but I don't think you're staying where you are.
Thank God.
Okay. And so let me think about it for a minute. If I do you mind sharing just the day and month of your birthday?
I'm February 14th.
Oh, okay. You're an Aquarian. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I feel like having to deal, so I feel like you're going to have to do a bunch of odd things or like piecing together some income for a bit. You'll wind up making a move and things will become more solid. And I'm going to say after your birthday, you're about to get Pluto in your sign. You get power. Aquarians have never had power, so it's kind of a big deal. It's called the Age of Aquarius. Astrologers have written about it to nauseating nths of degrees. But you, my girl, get some power and you haven't had it for a while. And you might be cutting off friends, people that you just can't give energy to anymore. And I don't want you to. I want you to conserve it. It's okay to feel like you're staying still for a bit. You can make better decisions come the spring to move, changes, work, and direction. I feel like there's big changes there. I have 2 minutes, so you're my final. I'm just going to keep going with you, okay? Now,
Okay.
if I may, if I may, I heard a dog in the background.
Yes.
That's okay. Was there supposed to be 2 + 1 dog? Like 2 + 1? Do you
Well, I have 2 right now. Like I have a little
Okay. Yeah.
one, and
Those are the
we
2
have a bigger puppy. Yep.
that visits. Does the dog visit or? Yeah. So you just have, okay.
Visit? Oh,
Sorry. Let me go back.
are you talking about it?
I'm
Sorry,
getting ahead of myself. Sorry. The 2 dogs plus the 1, I feel like you're 2 dogs. And I feel like 1 that's already gone though. And that they would show up quite a bit. The 1 gone. The 2 there.
The one. Oh, yep.
And that shows up there around your house. Do you want to move states? Or provinces where you are?
Do I want to move?
Like out of total area?
Some days I do, yes. I mean, I definitely want to move out of this house. So
Okay, it's going to be about 40 minutes from where you live.
40 minutes from
It's
where we
not-
live. Huh?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes from where you live now. I feel like it feels like an older historical or older, like well-known area too, like a where they have older homes, not brand new. Okay, I'm gonna run out of time,
Okay.
so I'm getting the hook,
Right.
and so I'm gonna say thank you, and hopefully we chat again, and you keep calling into A1R Radio, and maybe we'll hook up again.